All right, all right, all right. Here we are, man. Week three.
Good evening, my friend. Big week this week. A lot of good matchups. I'm excited about it and
Mhm.
excited about the pod. Let's get it going.
Yeah, man. You watching this game?
Yeah, if you want to call it that.
I know, right?
It's pretty crazy. We were up 17 nothing, I believe, going into the fourth against them, and we just absolutely blew it. And they didn't even have Christian Watson or Aaron Jones in that game. So,
Bro, Jair Alexander, David Bakhtiari. Like,
yep, yep. Yep. But they don't have either of them tonight, but still they got Aaron Jones. They have their like two of their best offensive weapons, and
yeah.
Detroit, man, Detroit's legit, dude. I mean,
Bro, I
uh
mean, that offensive line is legit.
yeah.
Um, I mean,
And
all their rookies are balling right now.
yeah, props to Golf, dude. He threw a horrible pick on that first drive, dude, and just like put it past him, man, and just ball has been balling out ever since. It's pretty impressive.
Is Goff elite?
No, no.
But he's not, he's like second tier though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give him that. I would rather him probably, but I'd say I'd rather him than Derek Carr. I think
Yeah.
Derek Carr is in that same tier as Golf. It's just play calling, which we keep
Yeah.
going back to, dude. It's play calling and offensive line. I mean,
But
you
he's
know,
jumped some people, man. Like he's jumped Russ. He's better than Russ.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Russ is
I
brilliant.
mean,
I don't
at this point
know.
in his career, I'd rather Goff. Um, but yeah, man, like Laporta is a beast.
Yeah,
Aiden
and
Hutchinson is a
they aren't
star.
even they aren't even using Gibbs. Like
Yeah,
they aren't even using him. Like it's
yeah.
it's crazy. Like they have this weapon that's just sitting there,
Hmm.
like kind of like you with Cup, but
Hmm.
it's not that you're not playing him. It's just like lying in wait. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
I
it's
mean,
just
the only thing
wait.
I see is like they have a legit contender. So they're I think they're playing the long game and like if they
I
can,
agree. I
you know,
I can see that. I can definitely see that. I mean,
and if they're winning games, like
right.
what's the rush, you know? But
Smart. It's smart. It is
yeah,
smart. It is smart. But I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that they're doing this without even
yeah,
using a weapon like that.
yeah,
That'd be like if we had Kamara and we just didn't use him.
yeah.
Like it's I don't know. And they're doing all of this without um shit, what's his name? Our old guy. Jesus.
CJ.
CJ, yeah. They don't even have
Yeah,
CJ.
yeah.
That's Dan Campbell, dude. He's legit, man. He's a legit coach, and that's
I mean,
that's
they're definitely the clear favorites in the division right now,
yeah.
from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
Minnesota's 0-3, which is pretty crazy. The Bears are just a train wreck.
yeah,
We should have beat Green Bay last week.
should
Um,
should have.
that's just a testament to how bad our coaching staff is. But and this is in Lambeau. This is in Lambeau. So I don't know. It's
It's tough.
it's. I was hoping for a better game, but man, I will say all these primetime games have really been a letdown.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I think
frustrating.
it's been like that for like a couple of years. You know, like every once in a while we get a good one, but like Thursday
Well,
night football is notorious for this type of stuff.
right, but Monday night, both of those games the other night, dude.
Yeah.
Look, we played each other. I was
Yeah.
just you
And
were
you know what they
throwing,
got next week on Thursday?
uh,
The
yeah, what Chiefs
Bears and
and
Bears and Commanders on Thursday.
well then I think it's this week. I think Monday Night Football is the Chiefs and the Jets. Zach
Yeah.
Wilson prime time, his like third prime time game. Like, come on, dude, let's fix this. Let's do something about this.
What do you think's the over under that Trevor Simeon steps on the field
In that game,
in that game?
I think that
It's got to be like at least like 30%, man. Like
yeah,
I,
I
I
think because
they're
the
gonna
Chiefs are
give.
going to just hose him. They're just going to
Yeah,
hose him. So
it's gonna get ugly.
it's in New York too. So the fans are going to the fans are going to start booing,
Yeah, it's gonna
and
get ugly.
yeah. So and what's crazy is that Trevor Simeon is a better option.
I know, right? I
Like
was looking
Trevor,
at the available dude. There's like for Trevor Simeon to be the guy that got called. Like there's Colt McCoy. There's Carson Wentz. You know, like I mean, they're nothing
I saw
to rave about, but like
I saw Matt Ryan even I think threw his name in the hat.
yeah,
And you got Kaepernick that had like wrote a letter with all kind of
It's too much. Too much. Not too many years away from the game.
yeah.
It's past.
But do you think like
Yes, I
he's
do. I
athletic
do.
enough with his
Yes.
legs? He could
Yeah.
still just be. That's how bad that
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is. That is crazy. Like
Yeah. It's crazy,
that's
man.
crazy. Crazy.
All right, man. Enough about bad football players. Let me
Talk about some bad fantasy football teams.
yeah. Just sent the invite to our guest for today. See
All
if he
right.
joins quickly enough.
Our guests, our
Yeah.
asterisk champions, as I like to
Yep.
call them, you know.
Yep. Yep.
But you know, two of them that are always there, man, always there at the end.
Always
You
there. I
know?
don't think we're gonna get both of them tonight. Um,
Oh no.
no. I think it's just gonna be Al, but we'll
Okay.
see. See if Vincent
Understood.
surprises us.
Okay. I'd rather Al anyway because you know it's mano y mano this week. I love how I have to go and get like,
Our division is so ruthless,
and
man.
it's really bad that I'm in that this division too. Like it's you don't want to start 0-3 in the first place, but then like I'm looking up and I'm just like, this is not good. Like I had to play you, and now I got to go against at like it's just like, geez, man, this is not fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to turn it.
There he is.
Hey, dude.
How's it going, man?
Trying to figure out how to get Amazon.
The weekly battle.
Yeah, just
I have Amazon like, but I can't watch TV. I can't do the Prime on TV for some reason.
Yeah. Well, you're not missing too much.
no, nothing at all. Oh, David, is that no? Who is that?
I think that all the time. Like because
Oh, that was Montgomery. Yeah,
number 32.
yeah.
I still look for him on the field, and like it surprises me when he steps up. He's number 5.
I was talking to somebody. I think it was week 1. It was when I was watching the game, like our game, and like Shaheed is like number 22 now, and I really just do not like this whole number.
Yeah,
Like number kind of thing, dude. Like I'm just not with it, dude. Like it's I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like running backs number 5 or number like it's just like it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. But anyway, what's up, Al?
20s are really throwing me off.
Yeah, your lighting's really throwing me off.
Mm-hmm.
Should I turn it off?
No, yeah, turn it off. Turn it off all the way completely.
It's all right. just remove your face.
Yeah, what a start. What a start.
As long as your audio is pristine, we'll get through this.
Yeah, there you go. That's much better.
Al, are you still experiencing symptoms of jet lag?
I'm definitely still experiencing dehydration. For sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
The air was dry. I had like chapped lips. My nose was a little
bloody.
Yeah. So
wait,
definitely.
Serge, you went?
Yeah, I went to Nevada.
Wow, that was really sneaky of you.
It was a sneaky one. I don't know how I pulled it off. But
well, I know how I didn't have to pull it off because I didn't get invited, so that's cool. But anyway, welcome to the pod, everybody.
Welcome to the pod. You were there in spirit, as you are every day, all day. Okay, Devin, I know things are not off to a good start, but as always, we're going to dive into power rankings, and I do not have you at number 12, so that's okay.
I know I'm low, but I just like I'm not the lowest. I'm not the lowest.
No, you're not the lowest. This week, I have a new number 12. I have Eli at the bottom of the league at 0-3.
Good.
Eli is averaging 99.5 points a game, which is not good at all.
Not where you want to be.
Been kind of banged up with injuries. He really misses Eckler. Um, Al put a nice 30-point domination on him. Didn't really get nothing from Algier and Bijan this week. So sorry, Eli, but you're the new number 12. Mark finally got out of the doghouse.
Yeah, in a big way.
Big way.
Yeah.
Are, are, are y'all in agreement, or do y'all have differing opinions?
I'm in agreement.
So when I was looking at matchups, for the pod tonight, I still feel that he's got pieces. I mean, Burrow is just off to just a really slow start. He hasn't had Austin Eckler. I've been hearing he's got Austin Eckler in his starting lineup as of right now, which I don't think he's going to play. But
Yeah, I don't
either
think
way,
so either.
but he's missing. I mean, if you look at his team, so to answer your question, I would have him 11.
Okay.
Because like I said, you got Burrow, you got Eckler, you got Bijan, he's got weapons, man. It's just been a slow start, and I'm sure your number 11 is who I would say would be my number 12. But I'll let you keep going. But I just think Ian just needs to hold on. Look, I'm 0-3. I'm still holding on hope. This is all about runs. It's all about luck.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Bye weeks are about to come up, so things are going to get shaky here. So,
I think Eli started the same way last season, and then made a final stretch.
Yeah,
rattled off like 6 or 7 games in a row.
Right.
Which happens often in our league. So yeah, he's definitely not out of it.
No,
but it's good to see Christian Watson back, Joe Burrow's back, and hopefully Eckler's back. I think he's going to have to wait one more week for him, though.
Yeah, I think so too.
But yeah, number 11, I have Brian at 11, guys.
Yeah, same. Injuries. I mean, he's so banged up that.
Yeah.
I like this draft. The injuries may just be too much to overcome for Brian.
Yeah, Brian didn't crack 100 points this week. I mean, across the board, I don't think he has a running RB1 or a wide receiver 1. I mean, Michael Pittman's fringe. I mean, he's been balling, but I think everyone else, I don't think he has one like number 1 at any position.
No, look, I'll be the bad guy here. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like I said, he would be my number 12. Look, his team sucks. I mean, we've said that before, and he's the same way. He always makes a comeback, but I don't see it right now.
Yeah.
He's got 7 points. He's got Jordan Love with 2 points. He's got Jamari Gibbs with 5. So he's already off to a horrible start. He lost Nick Chubb, who was probably his best player.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to, I mean, when you get to his tight end and down, which is his 3 flexes, that's where it's trouble. But like, I mean, Zay Flowers, Michael Pittman, Ramondre Steve, like, is that where I think he's just, and then his bench, he doesn't have, I mean, he's got Saquon on his bench, but like Drake London, that off, I mean, it's just,
he's missing, he needs
man.
He needs star power. He's missing star power. I mean, Chubb and Saquon is a gaping hole in his lineup.
What he should have done is drafting the 4 running backs that he did. Week 1, he should have traded one of those running backs and get 2 receivers. But now he lost Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
He isn't producing. Stevenson isn't really doing. So now he doesn't even really have any trading assets to,
Yeah. Well, it's funny you bring that up because according to my sources, there were numerous trades sent his way, and all of them got declined, and they continue to get declined. So moves are being sent his way. He's just confident in his guys right now. Okay. I don't know. It's not, like you said, it's off to a bad start. So like 0-4 is 0-4. But I think you're right, though. He punted on receiver, but while also punting in receiver, he punted in quarterback and tight end.
Yeah.
And like
no balance.
Yeah, like
no
stuff.
And like I said, he's got Saquon, but like you slide Saquon in that lineup. Is Saquon gonna like get him? Like, is Saquon gonna win him weeks? Like,
Yeah.
probably not, especially coming off an injury, an ankle injury, which tend to linger. Like, I mean, it's
Saquon's
just
his
I don't
best
know.
asset. Saquon's his best asset. Like I think that's a good opportunity for like getting a 2-for-1 and
Yeah,
maybe balancing out your team. But
yeah.
we'll see,
But
man.
who's gonna trade after coming off an injury? Like, he's gonna have to wait till Saquon comes back, performs. Probably we're all smart in this league, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go after Saquon after one good week. You know what I mean? He's gonna have a couple of so he and if you're waiting at that, he could be 0 and
I
5
mean,
by the time
you're
he's back.
definitely
You
if
know?
you're gonna it's an opportunity to get Saquon at discount, but like I don't know if he's gonna have any other choice.
Right.
Like
Right.
he's just gonna have to part ways or just to upgrade. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the one optimistic thing is like Zay Flowers is looking like legit, and so is Pittman. But
Yeah.
I don't. It's just it doesn't have enough star power. But number 10, I have last week's number 12. He's been number 12 all season actually. I bumped Mark up to number 10.
Yep.
Finally got
Yep.
a win. He got a win on the board.
Happy for him.
Yeah,
Happy for him.
Yeah,
Um,
double whammy with the bonus too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, Raheem Mostert, I mean, you slide Raheem Mostert on any team, they probably won that week. You know what I mean? Um, I think he does still have a lot of depth issues. His quarterback situation is a little rough right now.
Yeah.
I think he'll get a big week from Olave with Jameis starting this week because he's just going to chunk it down the field. Pickens, dude, look, Pickens looks legit, but that offense, Canada, is just a fucking he's not the worst because Pete Carmichael is the worst OC in the league, but he might be number 2. And it's like, dude, just give him the ball. Give him the ball in space and just let him do his thing, So,
yeah.
but yeah, I'll agree. I think I don't think after his performance last week, I don't think we could keep him at number 12 again for another week.
No, definitely not. And like, I mean, just quarterback's definitely a low point on his team, but he's got 2 receivers that are probably going to finish top 12. Madison finally woke up. We talked about him last week as a potential breakout, and he finally did what he was supposed to do. So if Madison can deliver RB2 production, bless you. And the Dolphins, man, the Dolphins look. If you could just have anybody on that offense right now,
Yeah,
they can.
If Mostert can stay healthy, which he hasn't proven to do throughout most of his career,
No.
if he stays healthy, man, he looks like he could be a league winner, a steal. He might be the steal of the draft, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if you look down to it, his bench, he's got Zeke, who kind of got the ball more than I thought he would last week. I know that the script kind of went his way, but also in his IR slot, he's got Jeff Wilson. So he's got Mostert's, he's got some insurance
right?
In case. So better days for sure. He finally got his first win, so it's good for Mark, man.
Yeah.
Number 9.
I already know.
We've arrived at that point, Devin.
Okay, single digits.
At
Single
best.
digits.
Unless you put a 0 in front of the 9, then it's double digits. But whatever.
Yeah, so like the bottom 4 teams in the league, I had to put you at the top, bro, just because you're outscoring the rest of the 3 by a good bit. Like you're averaging almost 20 points more than them.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some bad look. Justin Fields, man, I've talked about it before on the pod. I thought he was gonna, I got the Jalen Hurts deal last year, which was great. I thought I was gonna get the same thing out of Fields. Hasn't worked out at all. Deontay Johnson going down has hurt me. I've I'm not fuck excuses. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I've had some bad luck, but that's fantasy. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I wouldn't have thought I'd have started 0-3, but here I am. And but I do have some concern, but at the same time, I do feel like I have a decent team. If Fields can turn it around, and I get Deontay Johnson back, we'll see. I have hope. That's all I'm gonna say. I have hope. we'll see. I'm in the tougher division, so it's going to be tough, but we'll see. We'll see. League of Love.
What you think, Al?
I thought, 9 was being gracious.
Mm.
You know, Devin, you have an uneven team. You got Joe Mixon, and that's about it at running back. You're a hamstring away from imploding.
Or disorderly conduct or domestic abuse.
Now, I think Fields is going to turn it around. I think he's going to be fine. You're unlucky with that, but you are also lucky with Nakua.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No one thought that he was going to be any good.
Mhm.
That's league of luck.
I'll combat that and say, am I lucky or did I pick him up week 1?
You were lucky.
Before the game. Yeah, but why would I pick him up though?
Because you saw you got the no one knew that he was going to be good.
Well, no one knew he was going to be this good, but I saw an opportunity to be relevant. But no one knew that he was going to be this good.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, like Van Jefferson just turned into a ghost. So
yeah,
I mean,
he's not that guy. We talked about that I think 2 pods ago. There's just those guys,
Yeah.
The
KJ Osborne, the Van Jeffersons that are just like not that guy. They're supposed to be, but they're just not.
So Nakua may save your season though. Like he may keep you alive in this, and you very much are still alive. But
he's definitely helped while Deontay's out, and I hope it happens to where Cooper Kupp comes back at the same time that Deontay comes back, because I think Cooper Kupp coming back, I could have the new Robert Woods, which
exactly.
You know what I mean? So we'll see. I mean, I definitely don't think
I think you've had a team of like some underperforming players.
Khalil Herbert, I expected a lot more out of him.
Jamal Williams injury hurt.
I actually just dropped him. So if y'all want him, go for it. But
I think the problems. I mean, honestly, dude, if you would have got just a little bit more this week, I think you could have pulled it off. It starts at the top. I think that's the biggest. That's
AJ
holding
Brown
you
had
back.
AJ Brown had 2 touchdown passes dropped that were in his hands.
Yeah,
and that's at least 14 points, not even counting the yardage. And I'm pretty sure I lost by less than 14 points, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm right there, but it just hasn't been a good start, and we'll see. But we can move on. We don't need to talk about my disastrous performance so far.
Well, number 8, we have the loser of the Brother Bowl. I have Dave at number 8 again this week.
Yeah.
I had Matt Harris.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 teams at 2-1, and Dave is about 30 points behind the rest of the 6. So I think Dave's at 8. He's got some pieces, but like at the same time, Andrews is underperformed. Hopkins is underperformed. Swift has been.
Lamar has. I think last week was Lamar's first, good game. I think the first 2 weeks weren't that great. So I don't like Hopkins. I think Hopkins is kind of washed. I think he chose to go to a horrible team. I think Njigba's going to pick it up. I don't know why they're not throwing it to him. They need to get him more involved. But yeah, Swift looks great. McCaffrey's
Is Swift going to be able to sustain this? Is he the guy now?
Dude, he's the guy. He's like I have to look at it, but like as far as like yards per carry before being touched, like this dude's going 8 yards down the field before the first person even touches him. So like he's not getting hit. I think that's legit, dude. I think
what's crazy though is the Lions. I would say the Eagles have a slightly better O-line, but the Lions O-line last year was a beast. And why couldn't he get it done last year? Injuries, but
they didn't use him. He's getting 20 carries a game. Like they didn't use him last year at all. Like
But that
all
was my fear is the Eagles would be in a similar predicament just because they have so many running backs. But
I think if Gainwell doesn't go down in week 2, I think this would have never happened.
yeah,
The fact that Gainwell went and that was his backfield. What was that last week? And he just went nuclear, right?
Yeah.
Was that last week or week?
Yeah.
that was week 2.
Okay, well, I think
Yeah,
if
last
if Gainwell was still there, like that would have never happened. But I mean, I think it's legit. I think it's
Yeah.
legit.
I mean, Dave has his flexes. I just don't think they're that reliable. I'm just worried about Elisha and TJ Chark on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, Chark
And
for sure. Bryce Young doesn't look very good so far. Of
Christian McCaffrey's been paid off, so
course.
Dave's sitting at 2-1. He's in a good spot, but and he put up 138 points, which would have beat a lot of other teams this week, but his little brother got the best of him. Fortunately, we'll talk about him later. But number 7, I have last year's co-champ. I have Vincent dropping to number 7.
Yeah, I have Vincent at 7 too.
Yeah.
So the Mahomes
Worried about Mahomes.
McKinnon hit last week, which is that's not. We know that's going to happen like 2 or 3 times, but
Yeah, and it's kind of cool doing the podcast on a Thursday, watching this game because you kind of have like I said with Brian, he's got 2 players playing. It's not looking good. But Vincent right now has Aaron Jones slotted back in his lineup with 2 points right now. It doesn't look like he's going to do much better than that.
No, the Packers O-line is completely depleted.
Yeah, it's crazy. But he's getting Jalen Waddle back. I am not sure. I don't think Debo's going to play this week. I don't.
What's wrong with him?
Well, it's rib, but then I think they were saying it's rib and maybe knee or something like that. I would say if they were playing any other team other than the Cardinals at home, he'd probably play. But like, why risk it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he might play because he's a dog. He is a dog.
Yeah, he's been hitting for Vincent. He's been hitting.
But I could see him not. I could see them just resting him. Like that's your guy. Like why? If he's injured at all. So looking if let's just say he is out, right?
Yeah.
Where does he go? Brandon Cooks against New England.
Yeah, he's got to go Brandon Cooks and Waddle. One thing about Vincent I do like. I think he's got some serviceable flex options. I like Michael Thomas, Gabe Davis, and
he's got the double tight ends going right now, which is pretty cool. I don't think anybody else is doing that right now.
I think Hawkinson is number 1 or number 2 tight end right now.
Laporta's got to be fucking. He's got to be top 7. I'd have to say after last week.
And he's got Mahomes, but I mean, if this Aaron Jones hamstring lingers, he's looking at a backfield of McKinnon and Kendra. And that's just not gonna do anything. So
Mahomes can't make up those deficiencies by himself. He needs 60-point games.
That's the difference this year with Vincent's team is just not enough.
Well, yeah, because he didn't pick Mahomes with the number 1 overall pick last year, so
set him back.
Right. So, but I will disagree. I think Kendra, as the season goes on. I think Tony Jones, James Johnson Jr., I think he's going to get fizzled out. And I think it will be kind of like that 1-2 punch with AK and Kendra, like the Ingram and Kamara years.
Yeah.
I think Kendra, like I'd say by week 6, I say Kendra is going to be a decent little flex play. I really do think that.
So. Yeah, I mean, middle of the pack. He's if you said about Debo, that's concerning. Waddle's obviously got a concussion already under his belt this season. So Aaron Jones hamstring. I just feel like Vincent's hanging on by a thread, and
he could easily make the playoffs. He could easily miss it. Right on that fence.
He's in that sorry ass division, so he's always got a chance.
Yep. So number 6, I have another kind of big drop off from last week. I dropped Ross all the way down to number 6.
Oh,
He's not gonna like that.
I
hey,
know. I
Kyle.
know. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
Matt beat him.
he is getting Kamara back, but I don't like week 1. Of course, the Jaguars had their best fucking game because he played me. But ever since then, they haven't looked very good, man. I mean, they just lost
2 weeks in a row of subpar fantasy production.
But not only fantasy, they lost 2 weeks in a row. Like they lost, like NFL, like you know.
I do
And
think
this week they're in London, so that's probably going to be a stinker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not only that, but it's Atlanta, dude. Atlanta just runs the ball, so they have possession like
It'll be a tough game.
like 75% of the game. So like, you know, if they're not on the field, he's got 4 of their guys in his lineup. If they're not on the field, they're not going to score. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know if y'all know, but Calvin Ridley is leading the NFL in drops so far this year.
Wow.
Yep. But he does have Nico Collins he's been balling. He got the Jerome Ford lottery. He's got that, and he's got Kamara back. So I mean,
he's got Kamara back. That big week.
And look, if Simeon or literally a fucking boot filled with mud is quarterback for the Jets instead of Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson's going to have better days ahead of him. So.
Yeah, but I'm dropping Garrett Wilson a tier. I don't think he's going to see wide receiver 1 production. I think he's not going to finish top 12 this year.
No.
So that hurts him, and Calvin's kind of on that same trajectory. And if you look at his team, man, like it doesn't necessarily translate to fantasy, like when the team is bad, but like his entire team lost this week. And like if the Jags come out and start being bad, like this is not good, you know, like, and also, I mean, Vegas doesn't look good. The Jets are the Jets now. The Commanders got blown out. So
how did he get so bootstrapped with these teams? It's like,
I mean, it's bad luck. The Garrett Wilson thing's bad luck. I think he would have had a really good season. It's unfortunate that happened.
Always with Ross. I feel like Ross is always bootstrapped with good players on just shitty teams, and it's just.
But we'll see, man. He's got 3 people on his bench that I think would start for a lot of teams. He got Javonte Williams, Alvin,
I would love to have Javonte Williams on my team.
Yeah, and Terry McLaurin, and then even
I'd love to have Brian Robinson on my team.
Yeah, and Jaden Reed's been kind of doing something. So like, he just I
might have to get Ross drunk one night and talk some trades with him pretty soon.
Well, I think if they go out there to London and put up a stinker, I think
assets to get.
I don't like their chances this week, dude. I think you're going to see another down performance.
I think if he loses this week, I think he'll be more willing to spread his risk around and maybe break up.
But we'll get to matchups later on in the podcast. But he is going against a team that is significantly, I think, going to be better this week. So.
All right. Well, into our top 5, the team that beat Ross. I put Matt into our top 5, guys. Jalen Hurts, led by Jalen Hurts and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. I mean,
I keep trying to find his team, but I hate he put your name as his fucking team. It's really pissing me off. It's been confusing me all night. Yes, his team name is Sergio Figueroa, and it's fucked up all night, dude. Like I'm so fucking I hate that he did that.
Okay, we need a new bylaw that you can't change your team name during the league.
I've been doing it. I usually don't.
I do it always. I've always changed my name.
It's getting confusing.
At least. And then Matt also got 8 points out of Kyle Pitts, which is his career high, or almost his career high.
His career high. 8 points.
And another player that just went crazy, Adam Thielen, dropped 31 points for him.
Yeah, that's coming back down to earth this week. That was an Andy Dalton thing.
Yeah,
that's intriguing though.
I think it is too. Because there is no clear number 1, and if he can establish himself as the one,
I'm not saying that. I think he's had a good season even with Bryce, but like when he put up like 27 or like
He put up 31 this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's not going to put up 31. You know what I
No.
mean?
No,
No,
But
but
he,
only,
he could average 13 though.
yeah, which is all he
exactly.
needs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if that's his third flex, you know, I mean,
That makes him the best third flex in the league.
Yeah.
and
He can average over 10.
T. Higgins had a bad game. He had a bunch of drops. And look, that's T. Higgins, dude. T. Higgins win you a week, or he'll goose you, or
Yep.
he'll drop 4 of his like.
The one concern, I mean, if I had to, Jalen Hurts and Tyreek gave him 50 points, but he needs more out of Najee to take his team to the next level.
Brees
needs-
Hall too, dude. Brees Hall
He needs more out of Breeze.
Yeah.
So that's
They
the
should-
only thing.
All the ball.
I mean, he did mention earlier in the week that he's open to moving Tua or Jalen, which I think is smart because, I
He
mean,
needs to.
he could be like that Tua Tyreek stack, barring an injury, is cash. So we'll see what he does. Maybe he trades one and gets a running back or a receiver and kind of
And
balance.
also, if he can hold on, I don't think Kyler Murray, I think he's eligible to come back this week 4. But from what I'm hearing out of Arizona is that the coach is not just going to throw him back in there. He wants him to have a few practices first, because you can't even practice if you're put on the pup to start the season until week 4. So I think he's got another probably 3, maybe 4 more games before he starts. And if he can hold on and get that Marquise Brown and Kyler Murray comes back, you know, Marquise Brown can easily turn up, you know.
Yeah,
so
I agree. So some good stuff from Matt, man. Answering our top 5.
Hey, and we miss you, bud. We miss you and love you.
Yep. So there's pending development today. It's looking like he's going to be activated off the IR this week and should be back next week. So hopefully he can practice during the week, and next week we can see Matt's debut for
we're
this season.
I was very confused. Just okay, yeah, cool. All right, cool.
Was it a brain injury or like a heart
Concussion.
failure?
Concussion. It was a concussion.
So
He had
yeah, we're not disclosing what's happening. But
ridiculous.
yeah, but it happened, and here we are.
Let's just say it's a stress fracture.
Mm-hmm. Stress fracture.
Of
Number 4, man. This team has been on a tear the last 2 weeks after putting up a stinker week 1. I have team Los Loco Flamingos. Kyle Bamford, man. 138 points. He beat Vincent last week. Huge win. And yeah, man, solid across the board. Keenan Allen is the best receiver on the planet right now.
Yeah. Very scary team.
Zach Moss is the best running back on the planet right now, apparently.
Yeah, best. And he's got the best rookie on the planet, and Devon Achan. So that's awesome.
Oh, look at you, Achan. You know how to pronounce it, huh?
Yeah, man. Everyone like I have
no, I thought it was Achan. Right. I just heard.
Everyone thought it was Achan.
Yeah, this week he came out. He's like, "Nah, dog, it's Achan."
Yeah, he announced that it was not announced.
What you eating over there? Some popcorn?
Yeah, I'm sharing popcorn with my dog.
Nice.
Hey, save some of that for when I'm kicking your ass this week. All right.
This what's gonna happen to your team.
Oh my god! Was that a fumble?
Yeah, it's a drop pass, but it's okay.
Either way, it was.
Good girl, you eat them, you kill them.
All right, cool. That was aggressive, but whatever.
Yeah. 47 points from Keenan Allen, 23 from Josh Allen, and everyone else, other than Zach Moss, had single digits. So
yeah, like, who cares? You get 50 points from somebody, you know, other than Devontae Adams. You know, pretty much win.
And he would have been pushing 200 points if he would have started Achan. So Kyle stepped his game up. CeeDee Lamb.
Is it Achan or Achan?
Achan.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a
and
hard.
He's still got Jonathan Taylor. He's still got Jonathan Taylor hanging around right there, which I think if he does come back, he's not going to be on the Colts. So we'll have to see how that develops. There are teams that need running backs. So
I'm hearing
and he's
I'm
come out
hearing
and said that
Cleveland. I'm hearing Cleveland is a player.
hey, Green Bay just scored again. They're about to do this second. This is just what they do. They just start off slow and then they just come back in the fourth quarter and just win.
Yeah, and also it looks like it was a Jordan Love touchdown, so that's good for Brian. Good job,
Okay,
Brian.
Brian. Okay, Brian. I see you. I see you. Sorry for the slander. Not really. Fuck you. But yeah,
Number
Kyle's
3.
yeah, all right. Who we got? Is it you? It's I think is it you?
Number
Yeah.
3, I picked Lil Matt as number 3.
We don't we're
I
not
gave-
even do we need to talk about him?
I put myself at number 3, guys.
Okay. Humble.
Top 3 team right now.
You squeaked one out this past week. You squeaked one out.
I did, man. I don't know. I thought Joshua Kelly would for sure at least give me 10 points this week. He just is not. He's not the guy by himself.
He looks awful, man. He looks
That's
awful.
awful. A lot of my guys got in the end zone, which was great. Herbert had the most fantasy points by quarterback, I think.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Really
I lost. I lost one of my guys, which is unfortunate. I knew it was going to happen at some point this season. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit later, but
how much later? Like 5 weeks in, maybe.
Around that.
Maybe
Yeah.
like around week 5. Yeah. Yeah, you son of a gun. Cooper Kupp just sitting there just fucking marinating, just salivating, just waiting to slide in to that to that WR1 spot with
That's why I have you at 2, so
yeah.
See, I like it, man. I need to see more out of Josh Jacobs. I need to see more out of him.
He'll get back, dude. He didn't play preseason. He wasn't with the team. You know, the offensive line. I think they'll put it to. I don't think he's going to be what he was last year. Like last year was an outlier for him. You know, like that was ridiculous. You know, he's not going to do that. But I mean, you got Montgomery back, which he's got 19 points right now with a whole quarter to play, and you don't even need running backs. Like your wide receiver core when Kupp gets back, it's just like. That's just extra. So if he even gets you, if he averages 15 a game, like, I mean, come on, man. Your team's looking.
We talked about this. We talked about this in the offseason about sitting out of the elite quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And looking at Fields, looking at Herbert, and it's panned out so far through 3 weeks with Herbert. I mean, I think he's top 3 right now. And that allowed me to get some pieces earlier on. So I'm happy with that decision, man. But I mean, that could have gone sideways, you know. So we'll see.
Yeah,
my season is banking on either if Cooper Kupp comes back, man. Yeah, I think I'm in a great position. But
I think so too, man. I think so too. You're looking mighty nice.
I'm not expecting. We all know who Mike Evans plays this week, so I think he's gonna have an off game.
I don't like to talk about, and we're not supposed to talk about other leagues in this league, especially on the podcast, but I don't really know what Dobbs has been doing tonight, but I actually benched Mike Evans in a league and played Dobbs over him just because of the fear of Marshawn Lattimore. Like, even if Marshawn doesn't lock him down, Marshawn's either going to lock him down or they're going to fight and get ejected. So either way, it's not going to be. Either way, something bad is going to happen there. I feel.
So, my hope is one catch for 3 yards
and a touchdown.
No, I'm just want 3 yards and a touchdown, because that means the Saints are probably going to win, and I still get 8 points.
Montgomery's about to score again on this drive, so you're about to start off with a solid like 30 points from Montgomery.
3 points, man. Yeah, 23 points.
That's solid, man. Oh, he just caught a 10-yarder. Awesome. All right, guys. Number 2.
Why do they hate Gibbs so much?
Number 2.
Wait, number 2. You better fucking not. You bet. I will walk. I'm gonna go smoke Should I go smoke a cigarette right now?
I got to give it to him, man. Number 2 is Little Matt. He won the Brother Bowl this week. He's the highest scoring team, 166 points. Kirk Cousins is just scoring 30 points a game. Jamar Chase finally woke up. He's got Amon-Ra, Devontae Smith, Kenneth Walker. Matt's got a good team, guys. Matt's got a good team.
I won't acknowledge his name.
And Brandon Ayuk didn't even play. Dobbs looks like a legit NFL starter that you can play in fantasy.
Al, do you want to talk about? Did you watch the podcast last week?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk instead of talking about his little stupid ass fucking team? Do you want to talk about how insufferable it was to listen to him talk on the podcast?
Well, it made it very difficult to hear because it's just so nasally.
Yeah.
And it just drowned y'all out. And
Yeah.
the exhales mixed with the nasal talk. So
Yeah.
And then also just the selfishness, you know, like this is a podcast. This is for the league. This isn't a audition. This isn't a, you know, about me kind of thing. This is just, we're calling it what it is.
I was watching the Republican debate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very combative and not didn't sound great. And wasn't very happy with him as a co-host.
Little Matt is very North Dakota governor-esque. Very disrespectful. Just very incoherent with his points.
And brain altered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's just always about him. You know, we would get off of a subject and then he would just always bring it back to like, why you had me? It's like, come on, dude. You know, like just shut the fuck up. You know, there I go again with the swearing. I'm sorry. He brings it out of me, man.
Maybe he'll meet like a Mormon up there in Indiana that can like counter that you know, the brain imbalance.
Maybe.
No, he doesn't need to meet a Mormon. He needs to meet a shaman that is just going to like change his whole perspective on life. That's what he needs.
See, the problem with that, Devin, is I think he already has a shaman, and I think he already has been altered.
The problem is, I think that he thinks he is a shaman. That's the problem. He thinks he's a shaman.
He needs to be unshamaned. He needs reverse.
Look, I'm just gonna PSA, man. Just respect your elders, man.
Yeah.
You know, just respect your elders. We're trying to help you. You know, it may not seem that way, but look, I'm looking right at you, directly at you. You and your stupid breathing ways. Just respect your elders. You know, take our advice. Just be better, man. Matt, do better.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say, just have to lay out some stats just for
to talk about his actual team,
just for balance. Little Matt's leading the league in points, guys. He's got a 20-point edge on the rest of the league. It's very maddening and very upsetting.
Whatever. He's got a good team. We'll when we get further on in the podcast, like I'm giving him his respect. You know, and that's the thing. It's all about respect. It's all about, you know, it's equality. You know, like just All right.
Speaking of respect, let's talk about one of the most powerful civilizations ever to be on this planet, the Roman Empire. Once again,
I hate how he's just eating that popcorn right now.
Yep, Roman Empire. He's the last undefeated team. He's 3-0. He's got a good averaging about 128 a game, which is about what you need to win in this league. Across the board, man, he's got Justin Jefferson, who I think broke the yardage record for the first 3 games in a season. I think he's got almost 500 yards.
yards.
Yeah, which is insane. I've told Al since then it was the right decision and, in my opinion, the only decision. So that's paid off for him. Deshaun had a nice game. You know, 25 points is solid. Bounced back last week. I think he only had like 12 or something. And his flexes, man. I mean, Gus didn't do much, but Connor's cash. You know,
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard had a decent game, just 15 points, but
I mean, that's his
so-
floor.
yeah,
That's his floor.
And the
That was one of those games. Dallas is on they're flying high. Oh, we're playing Arizona. Like, come on, dude. Like, that was one of those games. They're gonna bounce back. Tony Pollard will have a great week this week.
yeah, they have to be humbled. One
Yeah.
thing of concern though is the big guy, man, Derrick Henry. He's only averaging like 3 yards per carry. That O line is pretty awful. Like the holes just aren't there, and
Yeah.
the team isn't that good, man. It's just I don't know.
And they're
I don't know.
resorting. They
I'll-
really
I'll tell
like him. I mean, they really did like a 1 week thing. They really like him.
Bro, Tajay's getting 10 touches a game
Yeah,
minimum. Like,
I knew it. I mean, we all knew it. Everybody who watched Tulane last year knew that he was going to ball out. I mean, he is that guy.
Yeah.
the tight end's kind of it's getting a little tricky to decide between Waller and Higbee. If I had to kind of criticize something, but other than that, I mean, Sutton put up 19 points, solid.
Wow, Sutton put up 19 this past week.
I mean, they had to throw the ball the whole second half.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. You're right. Forgot about that.
And some good things coming up. I mean, we'll see what Jamison Williams can provide. CJ Stroud looks like he's fantasy relevant. They're throwing the ball way more than I thought. And I think what worries me also is that Dameon Pierce is a little touchdown dependent. I don't think he doesn't catch a lot of balls. And like if he doesn't get that touchdown, I think his floor is like sub 10 points.
So in Vegas, I was telling you, Sergio, that this was his last strike.
Yeah.
That he was coming out my lineup if he didn't break 10.
Yeah.
And he ended up, doing okay. But he's definitely on the fence. He's a good player. There's some role issue that they haven't found with him yet. Maybe they'll figure it out. They look like a team that's ascending.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll figure it out.
Yep. Well, that's it, guys. That's all I got for the top 12. We'll see how it shakes up this week. For the most part, the majority of the league's got winning record. It's gonna balance out here, maybe.
Listen.
Devin, what team impressed you the most?
What team I'm gonna go with Mark. I'm gonna go with Mark. I think he put up like 133, 138, something like that.
135. Yep.
Yeah. There were some other impressive teams, but I mean, Mark's clawing up from the bottom, man, and he made that trade.
Yeah.
He was playing Brian, so
it's a huge win though, because that was they both were 0-2. Like it was
he won the battle of the 0-2.
Yeah. It was a must win at that point because I mean that's a division game. He got a game up on Brian, so like
and he had one of the most impressive players on the week in his starting lineup, Mostert.
He won the bonus. He won the $20. So I'm with you, man. I think Mark impressed me the most this week.
Yeah,
it's been a rough start, so I'm on board with that.
I'm happy for him. I think we were all kind of, no offense to Brian, but we were all just kind of, because Brian's, Mark's just had, since we started this, he's just had kind of some bad luck, So I was just happy to kind of see him get back on winning train,
Yeah,
and he's an aggressive manager, which I appreciate. I've always thought that he was an underrated in this league.
Are you on board with that, Al, or do you have another team maybe that you were impressed with?
I picked Mark too, but
Mark.
I think Kyle had an impressive performance too.
I also agree. Yeah, he was definitely someone I looked at.
Al, but I feel I'll just give it to Mark. Just
I had to pick one. Al, was there a player that surprised you the most this week?
Probably Keenan Allen.
Yeah,
I thought that was good. I didn't think that he'd have this much juice still. He threw a touchdown.
That was wild.
I didn't think that he'd have this kind of juice still in his career.
Yeah, I think he's 30, 31 or 30 or something like that.
Aside from the Mostert blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
if you look at Keenan after, because he was hurt last season for like a majority of the beginning of the season.
I mean,
And-
that's it though, dude. That's the only question mark that's ever been on Keenan is just
Right, but
yeah.
once he came back from injury, he was like the number 5 receiver rest of way, you know.
Yeah.
So, I think he's just one of those dudes that's just like he's older and it's just like not forgotten about, but it's just like taken for granted almost. You know what I mean? And now
Yeah.
he's in a system with the best quarterback he's ever had, best offense coordinator he's ever had, and now Mike Williams is out. Like, dude, sky's the limit for Keenan, man.
I agree.
And that was, I thought about him, but my most impressive player, which nobody like played throughout the entire fantasy football community, was a chain.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did was just, I mean, Mostert did what he did, but like he went from nothing to just exploding for almost 50 points, and he looked great doing so. So that, to me, that was my most impressive player.
Yeah. Just based on the final score line, though, I went a different direction, and we actually talked about this guy earlier. But if he doesn't get this out of this guy, he may end up losing, and that's Adam's Thielen for Matt.
That's good.
I mean, his 31 points impressed me, and I think he can keep him in his lineup. Guys, just to interrupt, David Montgomery just scored another touchdown.
I told you he was going to score again. That's
30 points. 30 points.
No, it's more than 30 now. He might almost have 40 at this point.
Awesome, guys. Awesome.
So I'm just so over the moon for you.
Awesome.
Poor Ross.
You're playing Ross?
Yeah. But yeah, so speaking of concern, Devin, what team are you most concerned about going into week 4?
I'm gonna go with Brian. I don't know, man. Like, you just look at what his team construction. Now he does have 27 at this point from Love and Gibbs. So, I guess that's something. But he is playing Team Roy, who is another team that, we're kind of worried about. But I don't know, dude. When I see Logan Thomas, Pacheco, Josh Downs, and he did get Palmer. He did win the Palmer waiver. Yeah. That's probably the waiver wire pickup of the week. But I just see Dave's team. He's got Lamar. I don't know. I'm going with Brian.
I'm going with Eli. I'm thinking Eckler's not going this week. I really don't think he's going. And I think he could be staring at 0-4. And I'm still not sold on his receivers. I don't think he's got a wide receiver 1. He's just got a bunch of 2s. And Purdy, he needs Burrow to hit, and the double Falcon thing, that can hit some weeks, but he got 14 points out of him this week. I think it's limiting his upside, and that's what worries me. So I'm with you on Brian. I last week that's who I picked as who I was concerned about, but this week I'm kind of shifting towards Eli.
What do you mean? The double Atlanta? What are you talking about?
He's starting Bijan and Algier in the running back.
Bijan who?
Tyler Algier.
Well, he must have changed some because he's got Algier on his bench, and he's got Eckler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Last week,
Eckler's probably not going to play.
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks, he started Bijan and Algier, and I think it's just limiting his upside. It's a low scoring offense for one, and Yeah, some weeks they're both going to get touchdowns, but I would say the majority of the weeks only one of them is going to get a touchdown. And it's just, I did that last season with Jones and Dillon, and it hit some weeks, but it doesn't. And so like,
Yeah,
when you
that's tough running with two running backs on the same team.
and look, Tyler Lockett is the number 2 on that team. Christian Kirk is like the pseudo 2. It looks like Cortland Sutton's the 1 in Broncos, so Judy's not getting it. Like Jalen Warren's on a timeshare with Najee Harris. Like,
Yeah,
it's just a lot of like, and then George Kittle has to fight for targets on that offense. So
I think if Debo's out this week, I think George Kittle has a good week. He had a good week. He had a good game last week with Ayuk out. So that's the thing about that offense. One of those 3 are always out, right? And whoever the other 2 always they always benefit from that. So I think George Kittle, if Debo's out, I think George Kittle has another. He is playing a very formidable opponent, so it's going to be tough for him. But I think he's got.
Do you agree? Like, do you agree with Eli and Brian, or do you have someone different?
I think Brian. I mean, definitely with the injuries but I mean Vincent. I'm kind of worried about Vincent with if Patrick Mahomes. He looked like he twisted his ankle or something in the game, and
he bounced back like the rest of the game.
He has depth.
Well, that's a good transition to the next question, and that's what injury this week will have the most impact on the rest of the season. And who I was going to say was Mahomes, because Vincent needs Mahomes to play, and for him to tweak that ankle, I'm not sure if it's the same ankle as last year, but Mahomes is a mobile guy, and I know he's tough, but at some point, if that injury is worrisome, I think they're probably gonna try and pull him back a little bit.
Yeah, especially if they have the load up.
And if Vincent loses Mahomes, even for like a 2 to 3 week span, that could really set him back, man.
And right now, he can't let little Matt get a gap in the division.
Too much distance,
because it's such a bad division that if Lil Matt gets a gap on him, and then they say they rest Mahomes, or they shut him down for the year, he's not going to be able to catch up. Yeah.
What other injuries caught y'all's attention?
Well, same team, but this Debo thing, dude. I mean, the way that he plays, if he's got a rib injury and something else, the way that he plays and the way that he runs, I mean, it's I don't know, because there wasn't many big injuries this week, so it's kind of hard to kind of pick somebody, and a lot of people are coming back.
Yeah,
but
I mean, my injury has me concerned. I'm not gonna lie. Because
but you have Kupp coming back, so that's why I didn't pick you.
Yeah,
so
but I don't think it's not a guarantee that Kupp comes back. Like, it's not a guarantee that he comes back week 5. And so
I think he comes back week 5.
I'm just saying the Mike Williams thing definitely has me concerned.
Because Mike Williams gave you that luxury to wait on Kupp.
I mean, on my team, he was my flex, and like I needed him to. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Damn, the Lions is pulled away. How many points do I have? You don't have no one playing, right?
No, I don't. It says you have 30.4.
Oh man, that's nice, dude.
Ross is not happy with that.
No.
David Montgomery.
Bro, that's major. Like, up until today, I wasn't sure I was gonna even play him. Like I thought, I thought he might be on a snap count. I thought he might not even play. Like, I was worried coming
Montgomery?
up. Yeah, like there was a point this week where like I wasn't gonna go with him.
He scored almost all their touchdowns.
Goal line back, man. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Sorry, man. These White Claws are running right through me.
Jeez. Where we at, guys? Al, did you say you mentioned Mahomes? We can
Bounce
move
back.
on. Who is going to have the biggest bounce back week this week, Al?
I picked Derrick Henry. I think it's time.
Yep.
I think boy got rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense has been stagnant,
Yeah.
so they're gonna try to get on a pace of running to open up the pass instead of the other way around. He's due. He's due.
Yeah. I just want to pull it up real quick. Let's see. So he's
Oh,
going up against Cincinnati. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could
So
see it.
you went with one of your guys, huh?
Yeah, I mean, considering where I picked him and the performance so far, I think he's one of the biggest busts so far. So,
Oh, that's not doesn't matter where you picked him or anything like that. It's the biggest bounce back. So you think he's gonna have a bounce back week this week?
I think he's due. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's due.
That's cool.
20.
I mean, because it's funny, I also picked somebody from my team, and I'm not super confident in it. And I picked up somebody that it's going to be one of those 11:57 and 30 seconds decisions of who I'm going to start.
Okay.
But I think I got to go with who I drafted, and I think who has the biggest bounce back week this week will be none other than Mr. Justin Fields. I think I think 0-3, I think the Chiefs defense is legit. Let's just start there. I think their defense is legit. I thought that he would have bounced back last week thinking, it's going to be a shootout kind of thing, but I think the Chiefs defense is legit,
Yeah.
And I don't think Denver's defense is as bad as they they're not going to let 70 points happen every week. But I think this has to be the week that they just let him be him.
Yeah.
They just let him be him, and they just let him run. And
I can see it.
It's not hard for him to have a bounce back week because I don't think he's scored more than 15 points. So I'll take 25. I think if he scores 25 points this week, that
Big
to me
bounce back.
is a big bounce back. So
he just doesn't seem happy. Like
well, I'm not happy either, Al. But
when you're
things change.
coaches and
Things
stuff like
change.
that.
Things change.
So, being the selfish individuals that both of y'all are, I'm actually going to do the opposite strategy, and I'm going to predict somebody that I'm playing against to have the biggest breakout game. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a big bounce back this week in London for Ross.
I don't see it.
I see it, man. I see it.
I don't think they're going to have the ball enough, dude. I think Atlanta is playing like what they're doing is working. They grind it out, they run it out, and their defense isn't horrible. And
that's some reverse wishful thinking right there.
Yeah. See, I don't want to hear that bullshit, sir. You're trying to be the humble. Fuck that, dude. No,
that was some psychological manipulation.
You see what he's doing now? You see what he's doing?
Trevor Lawrence is going to get robbed in foggy London town that morning, and he's not going to make it to the stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take that. But if I had to pick someone, I think he's going to have a better week. But anyway, tight end. I think we all know who's going to win this award this week. But just out of curiosity, who y'all think is going to be the highest scoring tight end and win $20 this week?
Well, I wrote down Hawkinson.
I don't think. Yeah, with Serge, you just have Kelsey.
Yeah, dude.
All right. So Al, I like where your head's at, but I'm also going to pivot because who I have is George Kittle.
Okay. Yeah. I can see it.
Because I'm just for whatever reason, I really think Debo is not going to play this week, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're playing at home against Arizona. and it's just him and Ayuk. So you see what happens when one of them is out. George Kittle always, doesn't matter what receiver is out. If one of them is out, George Kittle performs, and he has a week like he did last week. So I'm going George Kittle.
Yeah, I mean, I could see any of these three guys winning it, but I just received a text, and according to my sources, Taylor Swift might be in the building again this week, guys.
Oh
and,
no, stop! I don't. I'm so.
Look,
I
look,
hate it.
it's destiny. He has to live up. If she's in the building, he has to get it done, guys.
Or he's
And
going to blow his Achilles out.
Don't
Look.
don't say that, please. Don't say that.
I will say this. Luckily, Kelsey's on the Chiefs because the Chiefs have dealt with so much adversity with the TikTok brother, with the psycho wife. You know what I mean? Like, because Kelsey, at the end of the day, Kelsey he's in trouble, man. These little Swifties, because it's not going to work. You know that. And these little Swifties are all in right now. And once
It's
it's
gonna work.
these
It doesn't.
Swifties are
It
going
just needs to work. It needs
not.
to work until week 17
It's
of
not
this
going to
season.
work till week 7. It's not going to work till week 7, dude. No,
Look,
and then he's going to get canceled.
He's
going to get canceled. Exactly.
He's going to play.
Like I said,
Once a song gets written about him, he's going to play even better.
Dude,
it's going to be revenge.
She's already got a whole album written about this situation. She's got 17 tracks written about this motherfucker.
All right.
Already.
Well, so let me change the question and then ask y'all this: what is the threshold to be the highest scoring tight end this week? What do you think the point total needs to be? Because we all know tight end is a fucking dompster fire. Like, does the tight end need to get 20 points?
I'll say 22.
22?
Yeah. 20 points.
I might even go even lower, man. I think like 18 gets it done.
Yeah. I'll say 22.
Yeah. Al, I think you got a guy that could get it done. But I just don't know.
Haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, the offense is just like, I don't know, man. I thought they would use him more, but
no, he's
we'll
not.
see.
He's not going to get it done. He's not going to get shit done.
So one like dark horse, I think that could get it done, and I really hope it doesn't happen. Dallas Goedert's been a little quiet. They're
not using him right, dude. They're like he's like a down, like they're just throwing these little short little out routes to him, dude. Like he's a down the field like seams kind of guy. They're just that offense is they're undefeated. But they look weird.
They got drama. Yeah,
Philly looks weird.
Yeah.
Hey, but I called it. He didn't get 2. He should have had fucking 2 touchdowns last week, but he didn't. He's on the block.
All right, guys, moving on from tight end. Al's the last man standing, so I can't ask this question this week. But who do y'all think is the team most likely to go to 3-1?
All right, I'll start, and I'm going to keep this very brief. Like literally just the name. Lil Matt, done.
Kyle.
I'm going with my other co-host. I think Matt's going to get it done, guys.
Can I just thought about this. You know who I think is going to be 3-1? Best chance to get 3-1? It's going to be none other than Mr. Alex fucking Lorcella. That's who's the best chance of being 3-1. That's who's the best chance.
I was hoping one of y'all would say it.
Alex Lorcella, 3-1.
It's all getting set up for me to lose this game. It's all being
book it.
Like the Vegas spread is like minus 13 just to tease people to.
Yeah, and we all know about an underdog.
I'm gonna do like Miss Rachel. Book it.
All right, let's flip it. Team most likely to start 0-4.
Ooh, ouch. Hate to say it, but sorry, Devin. It's you.
You fucking ass. I really wasn't expecting you to say that. You fucking dick. Hey, but touche. Look, I'm really not picking on this guy because I've been just everything that we've talked about all night. I've just said Brian, but I'm going
Yeah.
Brian again, man.
It really is, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. I've been just unloading on him, and I'm gonna continue. Eli, sorry, Eli, you're going 0-4, man.
Yeah. No offense to Brian, but like Eli,
I mean, Eli, get a brain, man. Get a soul.
We got Devin frozen in the mix.
what? Huh? I'm frozen.
Now you're not.
All right.
All right, primetime game. Let's get to it, man.
Devin.
Primetime game is
Devin.
Al versus Devin.
Why is it primetime?
That's
Because
what
it's just it just is it is. It
Al, I
fucking is.
told you. I told you. We talked about this
Upset
in
alert.
Vegas. Look, ratings are up this season, and the schedule makers have put together an amazing production
Schedule alterer.
manipulator.
On the record, I want to put this on the record that Sergio made some concerning statements in Las Vegas that somehow the schedule can be altered by
It can't be altered. That's not what I said.
That really concerned me. So I think I was about 5 tall boy Trulies deep at this point, but I began hard questioning.
Go David, go David,
But
go
at the
David,
end,
go David.
At the end of the day,
You
the
know,
allegations
okay.
were denied. He can't change the schedule, so
No.
it's all good.
The confusion, Devin, was Al was under the impression that I could alter the schedule during the season
To fit his ratings
to justify ratings, because but the schedule has been
I don't,
set.
if that is the case, please stop putting me in primetime games because I am not doing good in those. I'm
No,
going to in prime time.
I'd like to play Eli every week.
Stop.
I'd like to
But,
play fucking Eli or Brian every fucking week.
so
I'd
next
be-
game,
no.
next game we're gonna talk about is the game between Ross and Sergio.
Well, I'm
The
definitely
protection
going Sergio at this
right
point.
now, so
Yeah,
I'm picking
going
Sergio.
Sergio. Yeah, sorry, but not really.
But you got the David Montgomery explosion. Just really gives
He's
you,
got
gives you a lot of
117
cushion,
yards
man.
and 3 touchdowns right
It gives
now.
you a lot of room for error now.
I mean,
Ross is
yeah, I mean,
really-
now that it's kind of skewed now because I know what Montgomery just gave me, but like going into tonight, I know Devin, you disagree, but like I'm telling you, I feel the Jags are gonna have a good game this week.
I just don't, dude. I think
I don't think
like
it
it
might.
manages like I'm gonna go after this. I'm gonna go and do some research and see like what like fantasy production against Atlanta, because I think it's just not good, dude. Atlanta just they grind it out, they run the ball, like they have the ball, like
Yeah.
You have less possessions against them.
yes, like
Yeah.
and he's got 4 fucking players. Like if they like that's a big fucking deal, man.
But don't underestimate the neutral playing field and how crazy the atmosphere is going to be in London, man.
Yeah, but Atlanta is like
Yeah,
an
we're
hour
still-
closer to London than Jacksonville. So,
I think it's gonna be a low score.
all right, wait, hear me out. Another bounce back. You ready for this one? Drake London, because
He's in London.
Oh,
when in
Wow.
Rome, when in London.
yeah. For ratings.
That
gonna be good for-
bad.
be
Our
really good
ratings-
for ratings.
speaking of ratings, our ratings just went down after that joke.
Yeah.
So we'll move on.
Well, I know who you're picking in this matchup, Devin. But Al, who you got in Brian versus Dave?
I got Dave.
Yeah, Dave bounces back this week. I think Lamar has another good game. Christian McCaffrey as well. I think Dave sends Brian to 0-4 as well, man.
What do you mean as well?
Because that's what y'all said. Y'all said Brian's going 0-4.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant as well as like he'll be 0-4 as well as someone
No.
else. Check, just making sure.
Mark versus Kyle. Does Kyle complete the 3-game win streak, or does Mark go on a 2-game win streak?
So, like, Serge, I texted you a little bit before the podcast, and there was a few teams that or a few matchups that I was like, I had me and Al, Brian and Dave, Little Matt and Vincent. Like those were kind of I could call them easily.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the 3 that I just was like, there's so many question marks. Like,
yeah.
I think Kyle he should take it, but hear me out. CeeDee Lamb against New England. What does Bill Belichick do? Takes out their best player.
Mm-hmm.
So CeeDee Lamb might, Rachaad White against us. Nobody runs on us.
Yeah.
That might not be great.
I mean, you need a good DJ Moore game is what you need.
Yeah.
And so does Kyle. But like, I don't like Mark having to decide between.
I'm gonna have to go. I'll go Kyle. I'm going Kyle.
I'm leaning Kyle too, man. Jimmy G.
He doesn't have a quarterback. Both of his
Yeah.
quarterbacks are questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Raheem Mostert isn't dropping 50 against Buffalo at Buffalo.
Yeah, and the double tight end.
Alexander Madison isn't gonna do at Carolina. Carolina's run defense is legit. Like,
yeah, and I don't like the double tight end with Freiermuth and Ferguson. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Kyle, I don't know why I had trouble. Yeah, Kyle's. I got Kyle.
Kyle's gonna take care of business and go on a 3-game win streak.
Yeah.
Which one we got next? We got
Eli, Matt.
Matt versus Eli. I already said who I think is going to win. I just think Hurts and Tyreek's going to be too much firepower for Eli to be able to overcome with his current team.
Yeah. If Eckler plays, Eli.
Yeah.
But
if Eckler plays, it's going to be a good one. And then like Devin, if your Kittle prediction hits, I think Eli can give him a run for his money. But I'm leaning Matt in this one.
Yeah. Breece Hall sketches me out. Marquise Brown sketches me out. I think Pitts could have a decent game. I think Higgins has a bounce back. Tyreek is Tyreek. James Cook. I got Matt.
Right. Little Matt versus Vincent.
I got Lil Matt.
Yeah.
I got Lil Matt too. I think Holmes just doesn't.
And again, I keep going back to this point. I don't think Debo plays, and if Debo doesn't play, he's like, what is?
Yeah.
I guess Brandon Cooks against New England. That's like,
I'm trying to think.
Much his only, that's his only other. That's it, And Aaron Jones has 2.4 points. Like,
what's the condition on Ayuk? Is Ayuk good to go?
Yeah, Ayuk's playing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that Vincent didn't get more out of Aaron Jones. The game just ended, so he finished with 2 points.
Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work against Matt team, who, like you said, has the most points in the league so far. So I just can't see it. Yeah, I think Lil Matt wins it.
Oh man, I hate that. That's how this is gonna. It's gonna.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
That's it, man. That's it. That's the.
It?
We're ending on Little Matt.
So I have actually a twist for the episode.
Okay.
So this is a trivia question posed to the host.
Oh wow! Let me turn off my electronics.
Okay, so
My hands.
Which U.S. president is credited for saving football? Saving the sport of football from being outlawed.
I'm gonna go with Dwight D. Eisenhower.
That is incorrect. The answer is Teddy Roosevelt, 1905, fresh off of negotiating a peace between Russia and Japan. He flew back to the United States and made Congress go into session because they were about to outlaw football because there were 18 fatalities that year in college football.
Shut the
Really?
fuck up. Shut up. This is why you're gonna lose this week, all right? I don't want to hear this bullshit, all right?
Well,
Smart ass smarts.
You
Well, I
just
think
meant
that
you just meant that you had zero idea what the answer was, Devin.
Wait, what?
the issue was that they were playing barefaced.
Yeah,
They were playing with no
they had no pads,
just
and they were hitting face to face.
Yeah.
And
I
Do you
mean,
think they were hitting? Do you think they were hitting that hard back then, though? I feel like
Yes.
they
yeah,
were.
and they were like smothering each other too, like in the
You
power.
think though, or like it wasn't that serious though? Like it was just. I feel like it was more fun back then.
No,
but they also didn't throw the ball. They ran the ball 80 times a game.
it was illegal to throw it.
All right, man. So here we go. Are the Saints going to win this week?
I think so.
Yeah, at home.
They have some plays
I think-
scripted up for Jameson.
I think we might sack Baker 4+ times.
Okay.
And I think we get to him early to where he's just off his game. You know what I mean? Like, and
What are y'all's expectations for Alvin first game back?
I don't think it's going to be great. I think he's going to like.
It's a tough defense. It's a tough defense.
I don't have high expectations for anybody on. There's two players that I have high expectations for just because it's Jameis and he's just going to launch it. It's Shaheed and Olave, because I think one of them catches a long touchdown.
Yeah.
But as far as a short game, like running with Kamara or throwing short to Kamara or with Michael Thomas, I don't think it's going to work. So I think it's going to be a defensive game, and if they play that prevent bullshit again, like we did last week and lost,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm still just gonna kick Pete Carmichael right in his fucking dick hole. Like even if it's, I don't care. I just hate that little thing.
So since y'all live in a state that allows sports betting, I'm going to give y'all a free sports bet to go place at the casino down the street.
Okay.
The under in that game is going to hit 40.5. I think y'all should go put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with the under in Bucks
On
Saints.
3 leg. Yeah, I like
See
that.
that? I can see that. We have I don't think have we scored more than 17 points so far?
Well, the kicker is the Bucks haven't allowed a team more than 17 points, other than the Philly.
I don't think we
And-
scored more than 17 points.
The Saints haven't allowed more than 18 points this season.
I think that we win. I think we win. Like I'll give us 6.5. Like I think we win by a touchdown. I think we win by a touchdown.
20-17.
I think it'll be rocky. I think it'll be rocky at first,
I
but
see pick 6 at the end to seal it. or
yeah,
something
I think we're gonna get to Baker, dude. And like
Yeah.
if you get to Baker early, like if you hit him,
he'll give you the ball.
like he's just gonna be out of his shit. And you know, the Marshawn Mike Evans thing, like I think that it starts a little rocky, but I think second half we bounce back, and I honestly think we win by 10.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Another thing of note, a week from now, that week 4 is in the books, guys. Bye weeks are coming. Week 5 is the first weeks with bye weeks. I'm kind of sad that there hasn't been as many trades as I thought there would be this season. So I'm kind of
I would trade. I have no assets. I can't trade.
I think we need some more trades in the league, and
I'm gonna talk to Ross this weekend.
yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Ross. He needs to offload some of those Jags.
Yeah.
Yep. And also week 5 is a huge moment for my team because that's the moment that I've been waiting for, and that's the possible return of Cooper Cup. So that's also of note.
Yeah, well, I don't really have anything like that. Well, I guess I got Deontay Johnson to look forward to hopefully soon, right?
Yeah. Alan's got Jameson, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Unless
don't
he's-
yeah, like I don't think that's gonna matter at all, honestly.
I mean, it might, or it just could be an asset in a trade or something. Not that I'm
Yeah.
giving advice or anything.
I've had 3 trade offers for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's stupid. But
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I thought-
I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep really good tonight, guys. With my 34.1 points.
yeah, Al,
Um,
I'm gonna predict something. I think you're gonna sleep.
You're predicting that I'm gonna have a nightmare tonight.
No, not tonight. I think
worse.
Sunday you're gonna go to sleep early and have a great night's sleep because you're just gonna concede. Like
Mm,
3:30, you're gonna be like, man,
good game.
that's
Concession
it.
speech.
Like, I'm gonna go walk the dog. I'm
Yeah.
gonna, make some chicken parmesan and I'm gonna just smoke a bowl and I'm just gonna go to sleep. So that's what I think. Which sounds
Yeah.
great. It sounds like a great night. So
Yes, yeah.
that's what I
It
think.
does, man. Just be wary of the early good game text from Al. Like I received in week 2. I received an early good game, and it did not go in my favor. So just
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna I don't know. I think I'm bouncing back this week, man. I think I'm getting my first win this week.
yeah.
And if not, oh boy, am I gonna be a reckless individual.
All right, guys, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna go watch the tail end of this David Montgomery interview, and just call it a night.
Congrats, Sergio.
Thank you, man. Let's Team USA. I'm switching gears now. Let's go Team USA tonight, boys.
I will leave it. I love you guys. Great podcast. And I will say congratulations to me too. So thanks.
All right, bye,
Yeah,
Taylor.
I'm really digging myself a hole right now.
Bye, bye.
Bye, Taylor.
Bye, y'all.